Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to this explainer, where we're going to completely rethink how you approach building a strong, functional back. If you're a regular at the gym on back day, you probably have your standard go-to routine, right? But what if the traditional methods we've all relied on for years are actually holding back your true physical potential? Today, we're exploring this idea of a calisthenics transformation. Specifically, we're looking at how swapping out those old-school, comfortable gym machines for true bodyweight mastery can totally upgrade your entire back day.
So I want you to take a second and be completely honest with yourself. When was the very last time you tried to knock out 10 clean, strict pull-ups? Just 10. If you're struggling to hit that number, or if just thinking about it makes your lats start aching, we really need to talk about what's actually happening in the gym. Because all those comfortable machine reps you've been grinding out, they might not be translating to real, raw pulling power. It's incredibly common to feel like an absolute beast on a machine, only to get totally humbled the second you have to lift your own body weight.
Here's our game plan for today. We'll start with the real strength reality check. Then we'll cover swap 1, trading the barbell for the inverted row. Swap 2, moving from the pull down to the pull up. Swap 3, upgrading the T-bar to the Australian row. And finally, we'll break down exactly how you keep progressing once you make the switch. All right, let's kick things off with part 1, the real strength reality check. Look, if you love the traditional gym, by all means, keep going. But we have to understand the fundamental difference here. On one side, you've got machine strength. When you sit down at a machine, it guides your movement and locks you safely into place. And what you might not realize is that the machine is essentially doing half the work for you. It's doing all the stabilizing. But on the flip side, we have functional strength. This means lifting your entire body through space while controlling literally every single inch of the motion. Because you don't have some padded seat locking you in, your body is forced to fire up all of its stabilizer muscles. Is it harder? Absolutely. But it is vastly better for building real, usable strength. Moving on to our first major upgrade, swap number 1, trading the barbell for the inverted row. Now, the barbell row is a total legend, right? It's a staple in almost every program. The basic premise is simple enough. Bend over, try not to completely blow out your lower back, and pull. But, as our source material humorously points out, it is an exercise loved by everyone who enjoys the risk of looking like a question mark for the rest of their life. It's effective, sure, but that lingering risk to your lower back is just a constant, nagging reality. So, the bodyweight swap for this is the inverted row. Instead of standing hunched over a heavy bar and pulling it to your stomach, you find a sturdy table or a fixed bar, lie down underneath it, grab the edge, and pull your chest up. The absolutely crucial part here is keeping your body totally straight, like a plank, the entire time. You're hitting the exact same back muscles, but instead of risking a nasty lower back injury, you're actively training your core to stop yourself from wobbling around. It's a real win-win.
And here is how you build a path to keep getting stronger. If you're just starting out, keep your feet flat on the ground. Easy enough. Once you've got that down, elevate your feet to make it brutally difficult. The higher your feet go, the more of your own body weight you're actually pulling. You can also throw in gymnastic rings. Now, rings create this crazy instability, meaning you're going to wobble everywhere at first. But that wobbling, it's actually doing you a massive favor. It forces every single tiny stabilizer muscle in your back and core to work overtime. Want it even harder? Just slow down your tempo, or add a dead pause right at the top of the pull.
Okay, let's hit swap number 2, upgrading from the pull down to the classic pull-up.
We are going directly after what is undeniably the most comfortable piece of back equipment in the entire gym. The lat pull down is practically the I just joined the gym starter pack. You sit down, casually pull the bar to your chest, and boom, you instantly feel incredibly strong. But remember that reality check we talked about? That machine is keeping everything locked in place, doing a massive chunk of the stabilization work for you. But when you swap that cushy lat pull-down seat for actual pull-ups or chin-ups for a bit more bicep action, things change in a hurry. Pull-ups will humble you real quick if you've been relying exclusively on a machine. You're no longer just yanking a weight stack down. You are pulling your entire body mass through space. You have to own and control every tiny fraction of an inch of that motion yourself. Now, if you can't do one yet, there's literally no shame in that. We all have to start somewhere, and pretending you don't need to scale things back is just your ego talking. Start with negatives. Jump up to the top of the bar and slowly, very slowly lower yourself down. After that, loop a resistance band around the bar for some assisted reps. And once you finally master the strict bodyweight pull-up, it's time to add a load. Throw on a weighted backpack. Just remember, as the source jokes, hang a proper weight, not a bag of bananas.
Well, unless you genuinely want your grocery shopping to double as your resistance training. Do this right, and your pulling strength is going to go absolutely bananas. All right, on to our third and final swap, ditching the T-bar for the Australian row. T-bar rows definitely have that old school cool factor, right? You load up the plates, they look super impressive, they feel impressive, and they usually make people grunt loud enough for the whole gym to hear. But there's a critical flaw here. They require this fancy landmine attachment, and more importantly, the setup locks your angle in for you. It literally launches your body into one fixed, predictable path. So what's really interesting about the bodyweight alternative is its sheer versatility. The Australian row is essentially just a bodyweight row done at an angle. You find a bar right about at waist height, lean back, and row your body up. You can think of it like an inverted push-up just for your back. You still get all that muscle thickness you're after, but without needing to hoard heavy equipment. And because it's calisthenics, scaling the difficulty up or down is effortless. You literally just take a step forward or backward to change your body angle. And hey, once the standard Australian row gets a bit too easy and you want to get fancy, you've got to try archer rows. This is a highly difficult variation where one arm does the vast majority of the pulling, while the other arm extends straight out to assist. Our source perfectly nails the feeling. This variation will humble you faster than your boss asking, "Hey, did you get that email I sent 5 minutes ago?" If you add gymnastic rings to this, where the bar isn't even locked in place, your back and stabilizers will literally be fighting for their lives on every single rep. Bringing us to part 5, how to keep progressing. We've covered the 3 big swaps, but there is a vital final lesson we need to touch on. The crucial point is this. With standard weights, progress is brain dead simple. You just slap on another plate, push it, and repeat. But with calisthenics, progress means you actually have to get creative. You can't just slide a pin down a weight stack. You have to physically change the angle of your movement. You have to shift your leverage. You have to master and strictly control your tempo. Dropping the machines forces you to genuinely learn how your body works mechanically, rather than just mindlessly guessing what to do next. So let's wrap this up with a quick actionable playbook for your next back day. You're going to swap those lower back straining barbell rows for plank strict inverted rows or even wobbly ring rows. You're going to ditch that comfortable lat pull down seat for actual gravity defying pull-ups and chin-ups. And you'll trade those fixed path T-bar rows for dynamic Australian rows or the brutal archer rows. Now, if you want a really clear path so you aren't just stuck guessing and doing the same variations for months, finding a dedicated calisthenics playbook that breaks down every single progression step by step is absolutely the way to go. And I'll leave you with this final thought. Are you ready to finally stop guessing, ditch the comfortable machines, and start genuinely mastering your own body weight? The tools are literally right in front of you, and they don't require hundreds of pounds of iron. It's time to drop the ego, embrace the wobble, and completely unlock your true functional pulling power. Thanks so much for hanging out with me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next deep dive.